Alright, welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Lady Nika, child, irritated, aggravated, and all of that other shit right about now. I ain't lying. Um, I left my notes for this series that I'm doing here in the truck, and they have gone on deliveries for the night. So it's gonna be at least an hour and 45 minutes before they come back, and I'm behind, so I need to try to catch up. This is going to be Tangled and Twisted. It's the web series that I started doing maybe about 2-3 months ago. Um, this is episode 3, entitled "The Next Move." I'm going to link this video. I'm going to link the video that I'm reviewing in the description box so that you can go over and show Mr. Shaheen a little support. You know, we want to uplift and help our own. So this is my little contribution to it. Now, what he need to do is he need to write me a roll up in there, because I'm telling you, I'm right here in Louisiana, honey. I could run over there to Georgia right quick. You need to write me a roll up in here. Y'all, this is from the top of the dome. I hope that I do it justice, and that you're able to enjoy it, and click the link in the description box and go over and support this young man. He does an excellent web series. I'm not into web series that much, but I do watch some, and I must admit this is my favorite. Okay, again, no notes, top of the dome. May miss some stuff, gonna fuck up some names today, but we gonna make it do what it do, because this episode came out about a week or so ago, and I don't want to wait too long. You know what I'm saying? We want to strike while the fire hot, like they say in the country churches in the South. So, as you recall, I'm also going to link the last 2 reviews I did, 2 down in there, so you can catch up and kind of join in on it, okay? Now, as you recall, on the last episode, Mook and his homeboys had gone over into this neighborhood, and they gunned down 4 young men. They gunned them down because when Mook was in the car with his auntie who raised him, Miss May, some of those young men actually pulled up on them and dropped down on him and Miss May. Now, hood rule is you don't jump, don't look unless you read the book, okay? So him and his boys have gone over there and basically slaughtered these boys, and now they're in a rush against time to get out of town to South Carolina before they wind up catching a murder case, because they did it in broad daylight with no mask. And that brings us to episode 3, The Next Move, where you see young Swoop sitting inside of the trap house that ran by Clue, and he paranoid. He know he done committed this murder. He did it in broad daylight. They didn't have any mask on. He now second guessing what his decision to do, to go over there and do this, and he's just paranoid, man. He's already sitting in a trap house where crackheads is coming in and out the door every 5 or 6 minutes, and he just want to get this money from Clue, get the hell up out of town before the people catch up with their ass and they all go to jail. Okay, he's saying he can't go back to jail, especially not on no murder charge, because if he go back to jail, honey, he ain't gonna do that there. He said they gonna have to kill him in order for him to do it. Okay, so we see him on the phone. Now he's stressing, he paranoid as hell, but at the same time he getting high. We see him hitting lines. We see him sitting up there smoking weed, and they've already mentioned Molly's in the last episode that they sell out of this house, so we're quite certain that he hitting that too. Now he is sitting there, he waiting. Here comes Monica. Now, if you guys remember, Monica is the chick from last episode. She basically, from what I get from her, she's just a freeloading ass junkie. That's what she is. She's a freak. She do what she gotta do to get it. She don't mind turning nobody on. And she been in this house for the last 2 episodes. I ain't seen her buy nothing, so I'm assuming she kind of freeloading, because I ain't seen her serve nor buy, okay? But she partaketh in all the activities and the drugs that go on around there. So she come in the room, and he's sitting in the living room. She telling him, why you didn't join us? See, earlier, her and Clue had this young girl named Jazz, okay? Jazz came from a Jehovah's Witness family. Her Jehovah Witness parents were very strict. They followed the guidelines of what Jehovah Witnesses do, meaning she never went to any birthday parties. She wasn't allowed to celebrate any holidays, and she basically lived this sheltered life. Now she's turned 18. She done somehow met Monica, and Monica got her down at the trap house, done been getting her full of dope for 2 episodes, and apparently along with the dope usage, they're also having little sexual trice. So Monica comes in there trying to ask Swoop, when you ain't want to join some stuff like that? That's double wet and double fellatio. Why wouldn't you want to be a part of it? Swoop told her, he said, you seen me with my girl Yolanda before, so what makes you think I would want to be a part of it? He said, girl, I ain't tender dick no more. I'm a little bit older now, and me and my girl, we gonna ride or die. That's how we gonna do it. I'm not interested. She tried to convince him, and he was like, nah, I'm pass on that shit, okay? So we see Clue and E going down there to the I guess they done went and got the package, because they stop at this Sit-Go, honey, and they in there getting their beers. But before they arrive, we see this girl by the name of Peaches outside of the gas station area. She is obviously one of the ladies of the night. She is a prostitute for this guy named Sly, and she walks up on this one particular guy wanting to know, is he wanting a good time tonight? Old boy say, I ain't got no money right now. I don't get paid to Wednesday, but can I get your number? She quickly gave him her number, 404 something, honey. She gave it to him, okay? So once she does that, she's in the store, and in comes Clue and E. They in there getting their beers and talking. She walks up on them, you interested in a good time? They really ain't got time to be fooling with her, but they make her feel like she's something. And she tells them, well, if you ever decide that you do want to have a good time. Well, actually, Clue was trying to get her on his team. She said, nah, I'm one of Sly's girls. He said, what? My boy Sly? And he was like, child, you know, I might have to get back with you. She said, well, look me up on Facebook. I'm Peaches and Cream, I think. She said Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Peaches and Cream. Holla at a player. He told her, he said, all right, we're going to do that there. He said, but you need to get down with me. He said, shit, you'll bring in more money to get on Backpage. Anyway, they have this little exchange at the counter about pricing and stuff on this beer. Apparently on the wall back there said this 6-pack supposed to be one price, but when he got to the counter, it was another. He didn't have time nor the energy, or to invest in arguing with that person, so he paid it and they leave. Then we see Miss Peaches standing outside. I'm assuming this is her spot to sell her goods. She's standing out there, and up comes this other chick. I didn't quite catch her name. I'm gonna call her Lollipop, okay? So Lollipop roll up on her. Girl, what it do? What's going on? She said, girl, nothing out here trying to get this money from these niggas. She was like, what? She said, I know how that is. Well, anyway, the conversation ended up going to the fact that she's actually a prostitute for this guy named Sly. Lollipop ain't feeling that shit. She say, look, girl, ain't no man gonna sell my puss for me. I sell my own puss, okay? That's what we doing around here. I don't need no man holding my money, because all Sly doing is he holding your money, dispersing it out to you when he feel like it. Meanwhile, his main girl riding around living good off of your money, and he's using his other side bitches as he ain't really looking out for you. But old girl is convinced, Peaches, she's convinced that he is in fact looking out for her, because she been with him a while, and she's not from the Atlanta GA area, so being with him is like a plus for her. Well, obviously it's not, because girl, the man is making coin and you the one doing the work. And that's what Lollipop trying to tell her. She said, what you need to do. Well, Peaches say, well, it look like you making boss moves. She said, and you best understand that's what I'm doing. She said, well, you need to put me down with you. She said, bet that, okay? So now we go to another scene where one of the crew members is on the phone telling somebody, we standing up here waiting on Clue to come. When Clue get back, we out. You know what I'm saying? But he also standing there with this guy who we know to be a crackhead named, I think his name was Pie. He basically telling Pie, man, you used to be the shit back in the day. What the hell happened to you, my nigga? He said, y'all, my daddy told me that y'all used to be the shit around here. Boy say, Baby, you ain't far from me. He said I ain't fell off, but he has. He looks real bad. He like one of them people that if you know anything about the game, you know a lot of guys got in the game and ended up succumbing to the game because they went from being the drug dealer to using their own supply, and then that of course that causes the downward spiral of the drug dealing situation, if you will. So, child, they out there arguing. Old boy telling him, I'm nothing like you. I might hit a couple of lines and I might, smoke some weed, but I don't be, I don't beam up the sky to 100. That's on a whole nother level, and that's what you niggas do. That's why y'all fell apart. Child, encounter my boy Kool-Aid. Y'all remember Kool-Aid from last episode? Kool-Aid was the one standing in the doorway of Quick's trap house. I mean, not Quick, Clue's trap house, fucking with people as they try to come up in there and telling the young boys, Swoop and eating them that they don't know nothing about this child. Y'all rookies to the game. Shit, I've been in this here thing 100 times. Kool-Aid is that pimp, is that old school, used to be drug dealer, but he got into using his own supply, so now he a crackhead and he don't realize that he a crackhead. That's what he is. He gets up, he comes up and telling Pie about, man, I got some work. So Pie done already forgot that him and old boy, I call him Slim Thug, I can't think of his name, but he done forgot that him and Slim Thug is having this conversation. But because he ready to walk off with old Kool-Aid and go in the house and get high, okay? But when he come up, I was like, man, this nigga over here telling me that, we ain't shit now, and that we fell off and we addicted to this shit now. Kool-Aid said, man, forget you, bro. You don't know nothing about what we had going on back in the day. He said, you don't know nothing about these OGs pimping. Child, we is good. He said, oh boy, Slim Thug said, now y'all went from being the shit to ain't shit. And he goes on up in the house, him and Pie. Soon as Kool-Aid and Pie get up in there, you got Swoop still sitting on the couch, and Monica sitting over there by the bar area toward the kitchen area. And Pie misses here. One thing I tell you, crackheads, they can be messy as fuck. He walk in there, instead of him just getting his high on, he gonna tell Kool-Aid, ain't that the nigga that sucker punched you a couple months ago, had you wired up? He talking about Kool-Aid looking, yeah, that's that nigga, man. He was like, man, I ain't sucker punch you. No, he said, no, man, I ain't whoop your ass. I just sucker punched you. He said, yeah, you did it because it was you and your crew and you niggas had guns. But if it wasn't like that, I would have got with you. Now, Monica telling Kool-Aid, man, shut up. Because I'm sure she know that Swoop ain't in the best moves right now. So just be quiet, do your dope, and go on about your business. But Kool-Aid one of them ones that can't, he got diarrhea at the mouth, so he still talking. Swoop stand up telling him, look, you don't want me to hit your ass again. Last time I had you around here for 2 months sucking out a straw. Keep up with me, things gonna get rough. He told Monica, he said, I'm finna go outside and stand out here and wait on Kool-Aid, because see, I'm gonna fuck him up. Kool-Aid kept giving him that eye, like fucking with him, in a way kind of disrespecting him, if you will. You have to be from the hood to understand why that look was important. Well, child, he kept looking at that boy like that. That boy got ready to walk out of there, but he decided to go on and knock his ass out real quick. He gave him one to the fucking jaw, and then was choking his ass out. At that time, including him, came back, so they didn't got him to let him go, but Kool-Aid ain't moving. Now, if I them talking about he dead. Monica walked over there. She said he's still breathing. He just knocked the fuck out. It'll be alright. Swoop, like, that's your partner. You figure it out. He should have been running his mouth. That's the same thing Monica saying he leave. So then we get the scene where we see my boy, my Mook. Mook and his brother is on his way to his girl Camilla's house to get that package. He got about 30, 45 G's up in there. He need to get that. He knock on this bimbo door. She laying up in there watching TV. He was knocking like the police. I would have been startled, okay? But she was cool with it. He let her come. Well, she finally opened up the door, and we learned that that's one of his bitches. But this bitch got a motherfucking another man, and he drive trucks. She messing with Mook on the side, okay? So they in there, he telling her he gonna have to get that little package deal he got from her. the brother decided that after he get introduced to her, he need to use the bathroom. So she asked, tell him where to go to use the facilities. And her and Mook is sitting up on the couch, and they just talking. She trying to convince him to get a little pussy from her, because he done told her, you finna miss me for about a month. I got to go out of town and get some stuff handled up on, but I'll be back. So she trying to get him some cut before he leave, honey. But he ain't really, he's sitting there chilling with her, but I don't think he really got time to dig off deep up in her nappy dugout like she may want him to, okay? So in comes this girl named Jackie. She just come out the back room. She talking about, Camilla, you got company? He looking at her like, girl, you scared me. Who the hell are you? So Camilla explains that it is, before that happened, before Jackie came in, old girl man actually called. Now, Mook is sitting there popping on her ass because she got a bubble butt. And y'all know cornbread fed, greens and cornbread, get you one of them asses anytime. He called her to see how she doing. She lying, talking about she finna get ready to go down to the Walmart and get some groceries. So she finally get off the phone with him, and she telling him, look, don't be doing that. Making noises in the background. That could fuck up my shit I got going on. He said, it don't really matter no way. He said, child, I ain't worried about this. She said, well, whatever, because you mine anyway. So they sitting there, and Jackie comes out that back room. No one knew she was there. Apparently Jackie is Camilla's co-worker, and they over there, they been drinking, okay? So she asked Mook what is his real first name. Camilla like, come on, Jackie, because hood rule number 2003 is you never, if I tell you my name is Squirt, that is what my name is. You don't need to worry about what my original government name is. Just worry about the name that I gave you, and that's the name that I go by. So she like, girl, you don't ask them kind of questions. She kind of usher her on back into the next room. And girl like, girl, so we fucking with niggas, we don't even know their name now. Girl, she ain't say she ain't know his name. She said, you don't need to know his name, so get you some. They go to the back. He's sitting there and turned the TV on, and on the TV is talking about this crime they committed earlier that day, gunning down them 4 boys. Then it switches into another story, and the location has changed. We are now inside the police precinct in one of their briefing rooms, and there's this task force that has been built to try to combat some of the drug and gang violence that's plaguing DeKalb County, okay? You got the sergeant over this task force telling him we created this to eliminate some of the drugs and to get the drug dealers off the street and to break up these gangs, and ain't nothing happening. Every day it's more and more deaths, it's more and more gang activity, it's more and more mayhem in these streets of DeKalb County, and that's not fair. We need to do something, because see, city council is on my ass, so I'm grinding y'all. It's y'all that need to be out here doing what you got to do to try to rid these streets of this activity. So we bouncing ideas off of different officers in there, okay? We bouncing ideas. Nobody's really coming up with no solution. He said the solution is more police presence, and we're going to take some of our newer cops and we're going to start going undercover, okay? The meeting disperses. As soon as the meeting disperses, you got this one officer, I think he said Officer Benson, comes up and tells Sergeant, I got the information I think you need to know about. And he's like, oh, okay, tell me what it is. It switches scenes then to the men's locker room, where this I don't know if he's Officer Nelson, I can't remember, that's the one name that's sticking out of my head, but it's 2 police cops. It's 2 cops in there that using the bathroom, and they talking about this other police officer in there that was, when they was doing through the briefings, she was trying to come up with ideas that they don't feel that's realistic, and she's a new cop, so they're basically saying, let her do this for about 3 years, we're gonna see what is gonna happen. The biggest one of them all, the kind of heavy set one, built up, muscular one, said she ain't gonna last 3 years. So they laughing and joking about that. And then this other officer comes in. We learn he's just returning from vacation. He said he need to holler at the officer, but the other guy was still there, okay? So I'm gonna have to get the police officer's name together. I don't know their name, but he said, I need to talk to you. He said, oh, okay, you can. He said he cool. we find out these two is two dirty ass cops. They are working with the drug dealers and the gang members, and you know they getting some type of cut. But he's saying some New York connect, some family of his is coming into town, and they know what they need to do. So they done made this little, arrangement. They gonna, help out the new people, and apparently it's something that they've been doing. They grimy cops. So I know that. They taking takes to keep their mouth closed and turn their eyes and stuff like that, okay? So they finished that discussion, and as they were ending that conversation, in comes this female lieutenant. I think her name was Lieutenant Black. They kept calling her LT. She said, I done got reports, whether they true or not, about this department, and y'all need to shape y'all asses up. Y'all know what y'all need to be doing, and understand that I got eyes everywhere, so be careful what you do. In other words, watch your tone and keep your hands on your head, because I'm watching y'all. Okay? He trying to tell her it ain't nothing going on. He, nothing corrupt going on, but she ain't falling for that, and she telling me, you better, whatever you got going on, you might as well end it, because if I find out, it's going to be hell to pay around these parts. And she left them with that, okay? And it pretty much went off from there. So now, in this episode, we learned that there is a task force that's being assigned to try to rid the streets of Decatur, Georgia, of some of the drug activity and the drug activity and the gang violence that's going on. Because they had a cop that had shot somebody the night before that was also on the newscast in the briefing room. We also know that Peaches is gonna start working with this other chick, Lollipop. I don't know how this shit gonna work out, and we're gonna see if they finally are able to leave Georgia, because that's been a goal since they shot them boys up. So it's pretty good, That's pretty much all I can recall from the episode. If I left anything out and you watched it and you want to talk about it, put it down in that panic section. We'll talk about it at that time. I'm going to link this video that I reviewed in the description box so that you'll be able to go over and watch it yourselves. Please support this young man. Like I said, if we're in a time now, guys, where we really need to show support to our own. This is a young filmmaker. He is doing a very good web series right now, and it shows you what happens in urban society today in the black community. This is happening according to the show. This is 2008, Decatur, Georgia. Okay, so just give it a check and go over there and subscribe. Tell them Lady Nika sent you over there and shit, and enjoy yourselves, honey. Sometimes it's good to watch old web series and get to learn a little bit more about what goes on in other communities. The more you grow, the better you know. Okay. Well, the more you... How does it go? The more you know, the better you grow. Something like that, child. Anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. In the meantime, in between time, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys back for the next review.